Hi, and welcome to Transitional Changes Mission Podcast Show. This is your host, Queen Summers.
And King Summers.
Tonight, we have a wonderful show in store for you. So tune in, sit back, and relax. Enjoy the show.
Yes, y'all. And thank you for tuning in again to the Transitional Changes Mission Podcast Show. And we appreciate everything that you're doing with the reviews and comments. And like we said, we just finna touch up on these reviews from the last show that we did a call to action to people, asked for some reviews, and we got them.
All right, Lena Nowak. She's from Warsaw, Mazovia. She said, I listened to No Justice, No Peace show last week, and this question is for the Queen. Do you think justice can ever be served for all of the injustices of your country when so many lives have already been lost by the hands of your public servants? Before you answer, be realistic. Wow. Okay. So, I'm a very hopeful person, so I will say to answer that question, yes. One day, we will have future generations in power, and yes, justice will be served for all in our country of the United States of America.
And the world.
We have another message from Noah Jones. He's from Perth, Australia. One thing I would like to tell you is your show is very short. I would like to hear more in length about your topics, and it wouldn't hurt to add a special guest from Australia. Great job, guys.
We appreciate that, Noah, and we are coming up with new ideas to add on more shows per week. Stay tuned, Noah, because you might become a guest. Appreciate that, though. We really appreciate that.
Thank you, Noah. So, King, do you have any reviews tonight?
Man, it really hit hard to me about these reviews that I did get. And just to recollect on what we're reviewing is from the show, episode 2 was Change. And we did a call to action of people for you and your family to write messages to us or emails. And that was at tcmissionspeak.gmail.com. We got response from that. And this is what we're doing. We just reviewing off of the changes and the people that I'm finna read out. We just gonna elaborate about 2 messages right now. And like I said, Noah, we are coming up with ideas because we got a lot of response from the last show to a point to where we're trying to lean into this next show scenarios and we do reviews on changes. But we sure appreciate you giving us a shout out on hearing our voices for hours and hours. We are glad to know that, and we will add on a lot more time. But as far as my review that I got from my next one really hit me real hard because this one right here is coming from Todd James. He's from Alabama.
Thank you, Todd.
Now, Todd said, he was saying that change. He said, listen to what I finna express to you. The change that has happened in his life, and hearing us speak really inspired him. He's just going to elaborate within this email about how life has changed with him. Now, with him, he said he was working a good paying job, making about $70 a year, and him and his wife was doing very well for themselves. They had just purchased a $250,000 home. They put down some money on it, got the furnace, and living in a nice community and within where they is, which he said that basically was his dream house. He was satisfied. With him and his wife, they did have problems through, just like any other marriage, time with the kids and trying to put all that into a bowl together to do things that was the American dream way. Then this happened. So basically what he was saying that how can this happen, or how can we express how to go back to normalcy? He was stating that within this email, he stated that he was working 8 hours a day. He's listened to our show, and it helped him embrace the positive things that's going on with his family now today.
Awesome.
And he was stating that those 8 hours took much time out of his life with his family. Now, he stated that with the expression of us giving people inspiring to embrace change, he said he embraced the change without a problem because he's blessed to still be living and being there for his kids. Mm-hmm. He said he's been out of work since February. His company closed down, and he's filled out, both of him and his wife both was at different time frames ended up in unemployment to a point to where they was getting weekly benefits.
Yeah.
Medical bills and all that stuff, all that changed, homeschooling and everything. So he was stating that he said that he have an 8-year-old and he has 2 teenagers, one a female, one a teenager boy, and a teenager female that was at the age of 15 and 13.
Yeah, they had their hands full.
Yes, they did. And I appreciate that he said that we help him embrace this change.
Absolutely.
But his main question is this. He did the math on it. He said his job does a lot with accounting and stuff, but he was stating that out of a normal day, he worked 8 hours. On a normal day that he worked 8 hours, he come home, eat dinner. Time-wise, he only get to spend about 3.5 hours pushing it to 3.5 hours with his kids. Or exercising to get their food to digest, to lay down, and this is what normal people does. All that changed to then to where a point to where he was stressed out about the bills with COVID laying them off and things of that nature, downsizing for him, and they reached out to different types of nonprofits or organizations that help them have clothing and foods, and he says that doesn't stop that majority of his bills are behind and all the things of that nature. He's stating that to the present of how President Trump was sick with COVID-19 and 3 days later he's well and everything, he's sensing that things will go back to normalcy.
Okay.
I would say that I think that's the idea that everybody wants. But at the same time, questioning how can we go back to change where I was spending 3 hours with my family to what I enjoy now spending almost 24 hours with my family. He's not one of the ones that is complaining about that. He's not one of the ones that's running away from that and urging to go back. He said he is an American dream to know that you is nothing free.
Right.
But at the same time, he has got attached back with his family. He helped his kids, which he said his young son was kind of leaning to the left, going to the wrong side, where he needed a little bit more attention.
So he was there actually to see everything, and now he want to know how he's going to be able to transform to go back to work, going back to those 3 hours and, trying to crunch those hours in with his family after he had so much time, like now. Well, that is a question right there that does need an answer to, because a lot of people out there going through the same situation, and it's causing a lot of mental health issues and, worry, stress, all of that comes off of that. But one thing that I do have that would be great for our listeners tonight, King, is 1-800 number that's available. It is going to be this Save a Life, and we'll help them to connect to them. It's www.BeTheOne2. That is TO.com. And the number that they can call is a lifeline. We've got a lifeline for you, so listen up, grab your pens. That number is 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. And call them, talk to them, tell them your situations. They have all kind of different resources that will be able to help you, from food to financial to clothing to shelter to whatever you need for you and your family to be successful and to continue embracing this change. Embrace the change from before, during, and after.
And I would give this example here. This last 2020 summer, with everything that was going on, I would say the weather was beautiful. Even though despite everything that was happening, me and my family enjoyed going to the beach, spending time together in this beautiful weather. I'm basically a summer kid. My last name is Summers, King Summers.
Correct.
So, yes, seasons and the days move forward. I can't push a rewind button and go back to those, but I do keep them locked in my memory and my head. So with that said, I have went out and bought winter clothes, went out and started to prepare for the seasons changing. So Todd, I would say, yes, me and you and a whole lot of other families are probably in the same ship you are in, a mental crisis. I mean, 1 minute the light goes on, you at home spending much time with your family. Then the next minute you have to go back out to keep those things going. And that is stressful. I mean, a lot of people complaining, but do they understand the stress point about mentally transforming yourself to go back to what you was doing? I mean, that takes a lot of energy, physical energy, mental energy, emotion energy, and all that cannot just be, well, I would say all that cannot be just turned on within a light switch.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a process,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody know the economy needs the help. So we are in a big basket right here, and that's why we are a nonprofit that is about communication. Now we got that communication line, like my wife Queen Summers just stated, and we are having links going up on our websites to be able where you can just click on it and it can lead you to counselors. Yes, and we're gonna have all of them avenues to help you. And they will be posted on our website. But Todd, man, please hang in there. Enjoy that house that you got. I mean, I'm pretty sure that you're probably figuring out different rooms in your house, or figuring out how things go when you ain't there. There's all kind of positive things that people can pay attention to. Todd, your email, and me expressing the email out to the world. We pray that it shall help people to embrace this change, even yourself. And ain't nobody can say that
hang in there.
Being prepared for this big change that happened.
Transitional Changes Mission Incorporated has a neat treat just in time for Halloween.
Trick or treat.
So we'll be presenting our first annual Birdhouse Challenge. So grab your kids, your wife, your dog, cat, everybody. And this is where one family will receive a $50 Amazon gift card. Yes, that easy. All you have to do is register your family using the registration form that will be available on transitionalchangesmission.wordpress.com. Scroll down, you may see the form at the bottom before the contact. And that form will be available starting tonight until October 18th. And once your birdhouse is complete, email us a picture at tcmissionspeak@gmail.com. And our listeners have an opportunity to vote on a winner. All submissions ends on October 21st. All you have to do is register your family using the registration form that will be available on transitionalchangesmission.wordpress.com starting tonight on Transitional Changes Mission blog until October 18th. And once your birdhouse is complete, email us at tcmissionspeak@gmail.com. A picture and our listeners will have an opportunity to vote on a winner. All submissions ends on October 21st.
October the 21st. Now, y'all hear that. Now, I think she said building a house. Did she say a house or a barnyard or something?
King, it's a creative project for the family.
Oh, yes.
And they can build a birdhouse out of whatever they want, scraps, recycle. We really would like for you to use recyclable products. But you can use a gingerbread house, whatever you want to do. It's a birdhouse, though.
All right. Yes, the birds need the houses. All right. So we appreciate everybody, and we love y'all, man. I mean, we appreciate it. We didn't even imagine to come into the door podcasting and that we would be able to be heard in other continents. And we give a shout out and thanks to Podbean.com.
Yes, thank you, Podbean, for this platform.
Left in all of the 7 continents of the world. And with that said, we appreciate everybody that came from those.
Shout out to Ireland.
Yes, Australia and everything, man. We got so many reviews that Queen Summers and King Summers and Transitional Changes Mission is going to come up with a